Hey foodies, Chill Brown Vegan here, and today I'm going to be trying a recipe from Buzzfeed Tasty. Tasty Buzzfeed? From Tasty, which is a cooking spinoff from Buzzfeed. They have these protein-packed breakfast bars that I really wanted to try. I saw the video and I said yes. And let me tell you, these things looked so good. I watched the video, I looked at the blog, got all the ingredients. I had most of them already, and they showed us 4 or 5 different flavor options. So I said, hey, this is gonna be great. One for each day of the week. It looked easy enough to make. So I said, let's give it a shot and see how it tastes. I'll show you how it turned out.
I'm definitely going to be putting everything that I use down in the description box. You can also find it on Tasty's blog or on the video itself. But you're going to need some oatmeal and some cooked quinoa, 6 cups each. And then you want to mix everything up just so that when you put in all the other ingredients that it can get nicely incorporated. Once everything is nicely mixed together, you're going to add in your baking powder as well as some salt and vanilla extract. Then you want to go ahead and mix everything again. I do like to mix it in between just to make sure that everything gets distributed evenly. Once you feel confident that everything's been nicely mixed, you're going to add in your bananas that have seen better days, your flax egg, some maple syrup, or your choice of sweetener, and some coconut oil. Yep, you guessed it, we're mixing again. You want to make sure you get everything nice and combined and distributed evenly, like I said before. And then you're going to prepare your other ingredients that we're going to add to make the oatmeal bars. So in another bowl, you're going to add 2 to 3 cups of the quinoa oatmeal mixture. I'm using about 2.5, I guess. And into that, I'm adding 2 chopped and peeled Gala apples, cinnamon, and nutmeg to taste. Honestly, I didn't really measure it. I just kind of eyeballed it because, I don't know, I guess I just like to live on the wild side. Once everything is nice and combined, you can go ahead and set this aside and get ready for the next stage. Again, I started with about 2.5 cups of the quinoa oatmeal mixture, and now I'm adding some frozen fruit. And to that, I am going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of this vanilla almond butter that I found at Walmart. It's really, really good. I'll show you a picture here in a second of what I mean. I don't know why I thought that frozen fruit would be a good idea here, because it was a little bit hard to work with. So maybe try fresh fruit if you have access to it. But you're just gonna make sure everything's nice and mixed up, and then when you're done, you will set it aside and get ready for the next one. At this point, you know the drill. This is 2.5 cups of the quinoa oatmeal mixture, and to that I am adding 2 packs of sun-dried raisins. Honestly, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not really measuring how much I'm putting in. And then now this is some homemade peanut butter. I am putting in about 4 tablespoons, I believe I used, or 3. I mean, it really doesn't matter. If you want more peanut butter, use more. If not, use less. And when you're done mixing it up, go ahead and set that aside for the next round. By now, you should be at just about the end of the quinoa oatmeal mixture. It's time for the last one, my personal favorite. You're going to add in your peanut butter. I'm adding in about 4 tablespoons here. And then 1 tablespoon of baking cocoa powder. I'll show you what it looks like here. Just, you know, baking cocoa powder. And it's not sweet, so I'm adding in a little bit more of the maple syrup just to help sweeten it up a little bit. And now, my friends, we are ready to bake. I placed all of the different varieties of the quinoa oatmeal bars onto a baking sheet. I did not oil or grease it because there's coconut oil in it, so I felt like that would be good enough. The chocolate I had separated from the others because I'm the only one that can eat chocolate. My mother is allergic to chocolate, so just didn't want those touching, if you're wondering what that is and why. And then you just throw it in the oven and bake it, and when you're done, it should look something like this. Ta-da! You have successfully completed your mission. You want it to be nice and baked all the way through. You want it to be a little bit brown around the edges, but not burnt. And then you want it to be firm to the touch. You don't want anything to sink in. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, you see how that's nice and firm? You want it to be just like that. Doesn't this just look so good? I'm so proud of myself for making this. It looks fantastic. Don't you just want some? Don't you? Well, sorry, you're gonna have to make your own. Now, what I like to do is just cut off little pieces of different flavors and put them together, and then I top it with yogurt that I made, of course, and some maple syrup, and that's pretty much what I have for breakfast.
They're really good. It's almost like having dessert for breakfast. They're nice and soft and chewy. You can pair it with some fruit, some yogurt. You can have it with a smoothie. You can put a little chocolate syrup on it. You can do fresh fruit, frozen fruit, dry fruit, nuts, seeds, butters. You can do it up, you can do it down. You can literally put any combination that you want to put in here. You don't have to follow what I did. You don't have to follow what Buzzfeed Tasty did. Anything you have that you like, you can throw in there. I definitely recommend giving them a try, but I will say it does take a lot of prep work to get everything ready before you even start cooking. It took me at least a half an hour to get everything ready with mashing the bananas, cooking the quinoa, mixing everything together, measuring everything out, chopping up the apples, and so on and so forth. If you do try this recipe and you're only making this for one person, I do recommend cutting the recipe in half or more because it does make a lot of the protein bars. But the good thing is they do freeze really well. So if you want to make a lot and make it ahead and freeze it, that works. But if you just want to have enough to get through the week, definitely make sure that you do cut the recipe in half or quarter it or just alter it to whatever you need it to be. They taste pretty okay cold, but definitely better heated up. But if you don't have enough time, I mean, but like I said, definitely give these a try if you're vegan. If you're not vegan, these are really, really delicious and they're filling. And if you ran out of ideas for breakfast, this is a good recipe to try. I give it my stamp of approval. So anyway, give this a try if you like. I'm gonna go eat this and I'll see you in the next one. But before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.